Manga authors having health concerns and issues is all too common, especially when they write weekly, bi-weekly, or even monthly manga. We have examples like Gege Akutami that wrote Jujutsu Kaisen, we have examples of Tabata that wrote Black Clover, we have examples from Yoshihiro Togashi that writes Hunter x Hunter, and then we have Oda as of late with his statement that he had to go on a sudden break thanks to health concerns, and then also there was an announcement that there will be another break this upcoming week thanks to Oda's health, and then we also have Horikoshi that writes My Hero Academia as well, that also has had health concerns. And even Tite Kubo that wrote Bleach 2 is another good example. And as you can see, manga authors experiencing health issues is just very common, and sadly, I don't think this is going to be the last time we ever see something like it, because if an author continues to dedicate majority of their time writing and drawing certain work on a weekly basis, eventually their health is going to deteriorate. And it's a shocker that some of these authors can actually just go on for as long as they do without really any issues really arising for a very long time. Oda is a very good example of this, which I recently talked about in a video about last week, talking about how he's been writing his manga for like 25, 28 or so years, and he's like in his 50s now, and he's had recent surgeries and stuff in the last few years. He's obviously had some deterioration of his health, but you know, he's been writing One Piece pretty much weekly for over 25 plus years, which is an insane feat, because you have individuals like Tabata, for instance, or Horikoshi that was writing manga for maybe 6 to 8 years, which is still a very long time, don't get me wrong, I'm not undermining their work ethic, but the point is that they wrote a series for that long and health issues started to arise. Well, Oda, he has been writing for basically 2+ decades, and eventually it seems like his health has finally caught up with him. But that gets into the main reason why I'm even making this video. Hiro Mashima is an enigma. He is an extremely bizarre individual, and I don't say this because of his writing or anything like that. I say this because he is someone that is a workaholic, very efficient, and he does not know when to put down the pen and stop writing and drawing, which is a good thing, but I want to bring up why this is very important, why this is relevant to the topic. Hiro Mashima revealed recently that he's already planning his next weekly manga series. In addition, his current ongoing monthly manga, Dead Rock, was only planned as a short series, 15 chapters, but already has 28 chapters at this point. Now, the reason why this is so significant is because this man, at this current time, from my understanding, like if you go to his work here and you scroll down to his manga, he's working on multiple series. I think at this point, if we count, you know, Dead Rock, and then this upcoming series, and then we talk about this other, like, Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest, and then I believe there's another series, he's writing, like, 4 different series right now. He is literally writing 4 manga, or at least doing art for 4 different manga, some weekly, some bi-weekly, some monthly, and that is actually just outright insane. Now, a lot of people like to say Hiro Mashima, the reason why he's able to get away with this is because he copy and paste all his designs of his characters. Like, for instance, if you look at, like, Rebecca, or you look at Lucy from, you know, Eden Zero, or you look at, like, you know, Fairy Tail, there's clearly some designs that overlap. They look very similar. You got Happy as a good example. Yes, Hiro Mashima is definitely someone that recycles character designs, which I don't think is necessarily a bad thing, because I think in general, when it comes to his artwork, I don't think there's really ever been any complaints necessarily. The only complaints I have ever seen is just people saying he is recycling designs, but in general, most people have a very positive outlook on Hiro Mashima's artwork. I have never, I think in a very long time, ever heard any negativity about that, because his character designs are really good. They got unique outfits, unique designs, they have just great, distinct looks and stuff. He's really good with his artwork. He knows what works, he knows what he wants to draw, and I think that is completely fine. His artwork definitely stands out. Like, when you take a look at, like, many different authors of, like, you know, different manga, a lot of people instantly could tell something's done by, let's say, Akira Toriyama, because of Dragon Ball's distinctive art style. And I can say the exact same for Hiro Mashima and how his writing is as well, because when you look at, like, his drawings and stuff, you instantly could say, oh yeah, that's definitely Hiro Mashima. It looks like his work. But, I'm going a little bit on a tangent here and getting a little bit off topic to the main point of the video, and that is talking about this man in his health. Because obviously, I already outlined that there is a lot of authors that experience a lot of health issues, they have a lot of problems after writing manga for a very long time. But if you take a look at Hiro Mashima, this man has been pumping out series basically since 2000, and, like, actually no, Correction, he's been pumping out series since the 1990s, and he's pretty much only really had a massive break around the early 2000s, but the thing is, he's been pumping series out after series, and he just has never had a year off, it seems, because as soon as he finished, like, Fairy Tail, he went into a completely new series, he started doing Eden Zero, then he started doing Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest, all these different other series, and then now he's doing Dead Rock. This man is a workaholic. If there's anyone that embodies efficiency and really great work ethic, it is definitely Hiro Mashima, because this man just does not know when to stop. And here's the crazy thing about it. He is rolling in cash. He might not be as well recognized as, let's say, something like Oda that writes One Piece, or, let's say, stuff from Demon Slayer as well, but Fairy Tail, or what Hiro Mashima has worked on, like Rave Master, Eden Zero, Fairy Tail, and all that, is very popular. They are successful stories, and as much as I have given Hiro Mashima's work like Fairy Tail heat in the past, and I went on record many times with different videos talking about this, I can respect what he has done. He knows what his audience likes, he knows what his readers want, he knows what the anime watchers want, and he does what they want. He delivers, because he is able to do really good designs, people will eat it up and enjoy it, and not many authors can get, like, even one series successful. But now, this man pretty much has, like, 3, 4, maybe even 5 manga now that is just pretty much home run hits. Like, let's just scroll down and look at this for a second, okay? So, obviously, Rave Master is very popular. It was something that, you know, got a lot of people excited when it came out a long time ago. Then you had Fairy Tail, which was his big break, I think, in the mainstream where people really became aware of him. And then, you know, you had Eden Zero, which is also extremely popular. Fairy Tail Zero was very popular. I mean, we also have, you know, Fairy Tail 100 Year Quest. People really love that. And judging by how, you know, Dead Rock went over its deadline of, like, 15 chapters and now it's 28, I'm assuming it's doing relatively well as well. And now that he's wanting to work on another series and make it a weekly on top of that, it's just like, dude, this man is like someone that steps up to the batter plate and he just keeps hitting home runs. And it's just like, dude, stop. Just stop. Just stop. You don't need to do no more. You already won the game. You already hit the home run. Everybody can go around the entire baseball field and just do a home run and, you know, get their points. But no, he just keeps swinging. He's like, no, give me another one. Swing. Give me another one. Swing. Give me another one. Swing. And he just keeps hitting home runs. I honestly don't know how Hiro Mashima does it. Like, this man was born in 1977. He's 48 years old. He's almost Oda's age. And somehow this man has just been continuously outputting series after series non-stop for decades at this point. And if there is one thing I can definitely say about Hiro Mashima that I think everybody can give him credit for, it is the fact that he definitely loves what he does. Regardless if you like his work or not, I think for someone to dedicate decades of their life, like he started writing manga back in the 90s, the late 90s and all that, and to this very day he is still writing new stuff even in 2025, I think this says a lot about him as an individual. I think this showcases that he has a clear passion for manga, he has a clear passion for artwork, and he loves it. He wants to keep doing it for the rest of his natural and unnatural life. I hope for the next 100 to 200 plus years or whatever, if they can give life extensions, he's going to be writing Fairy Tail 28 or something. But, what I will say is, yes, this is an entire video glazing Hiro Mashima, because he is just someone that is a workaholic, and I appreciate him, because I've had issues with, like, his work in the past, like Fairy Tail, and I've been very transparent about this, and I still have very harsh opinions about Fairy Tail's conclusions. I do, and I'm not going to take back what I said. But I will say that he knows what works, he has an audience that likes his work, and I think because of that, it's very special. He caters to what audience he wants. He keeps in his niche. He doesn't try to make it accepting to a global audience. He just does what works, and that is why he continues to be as successful as he is. I appreciate that. And also, with the time period right now that we're currently in, with all the controversy around fan service and stuff, I also appreciate he's an author that incorporates fan service and stuff and content like that within his manga still, without really shying away from it, because too many authors have, tried to remove that or not really do it as much anymore because, the time period that we're in, to make anime and manga more of a global acceptance and stuff. And I'm glad to see Hiro Mashima isn't necessarily trying to do that. But I'll leave it at that. Tell me your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy my content, please subscribe, leave a comment on the video because it does help with the algorithm. Chibi out.